All right, I'm excited to get started today and chat with you guys a bit. So making this video just to talk about what my life kind of looked like before going full-time as a coach for Beachbody. I want to share with you guys, my work ethic and kind of where I started and how I was able to quit my serving job 18 months into coaching, which is nuts. Because I was chatting with a girl today and it kind of dawned on me that like this opportunity that we have is amazing, but it does not come without hard work. And I really pride myself on not selling anybody short of this opportunity and being very open with the fact that this does take work and it is like any other job. I absolutely love Beachbody coaching. I love the fact that we get rewarded for our own hard work and that our income is directly reflective of the work that we put into our own business. But I think something that can be easily forgotten is the fact that this is a business. This is not a scheme. This is not an easy way out. This isn't something where you can do the bare minimum and expect, big results. So when I was on this call today, it kind of just like dawned into my mind, and I thought that I could just, create a little clip talking about what my life looked like when I became a coach, giving you guys a very honest kind of open storyline of, my commitment as a coach and what it looked like for me when I first began. I dove all in and worked my way to becoming full-time. I sit here now being able to pay my entire rent through coaching. I pay every single bill that I owe every month through my income from virtual fitness coaching, which is amazing. But we have to remember that this is a business just like anything else. And, coaching, the things that we do are not easy, but they are simple, and they're simple not to do and they're simple to do. So every day we wake up with a choice, and unfortunately this isn't like a job where you can walk in and clock out. So what I notice the most is people start to not show up because you're not required to, because you are the CEO of your business. And that can be a big struggle for people, and it was a big struggle for me for the longest time. But I think something that you have to remember, of course, coming back to your why and coming back to like, what are you working for? This coaching opportunity, this ability to work virtually, to work from a Wi-Fi signal, it can give you this freedom. It can give you this $1 million lifestyle. And I find a lot of the times people want to put in a minimum wage work ethic, and however much time and energy you put into this business, that is how you're going to get paid back. That is how, those are the repercussions or the growth that you're going to see in your business. Doing the minimal things every single day, whether that's, a power hour or some power pockets, is going to get you that minimal outcome, which is great. I have a lot of coaches on my team who are just here for the community and support, and that's amazing. But however, if you're claiming that you want to be a full-time coach, if you're claiming that, you love doing this and you want this to be a full-time gig for you, I'm just going to pour it all out there today and tell you guys exactly what it looked like when I became a coach 18 months ago and what it's looked like since day one, now that I'm sitting here, really being able to teach or, coach full-time and teach 2, maybe 3 yoga classes a week, which has given me a lifestyle that is worth $1 million. So when I became a coach, I signed up and joined obviously a 21-day group. I absolutely fell in love with the community. I was mentored with my coach. She talked to me about social media, how to build my following, how to build a business. I went through coach prep school and I gave it my absolute all. I showed up to every single assignment. I did every single thing that my coach asked me to do. And I listened, and I was really, really coachable. I dove into PD every single day, and after that initial accountability group, I started coaching, and I started coaching from day one. I am kind of crazy, and I have a really, really crazy work ethic, and I love just like diving into something and giving it my all. And giving it my all, guys, for me was, minimum 3 to 4 hours a day, every single day, since day one of me coaching. And, that might be something that's hard to hear for you guys. Oh my gosh, I don't have, 3 to 4 hours to, spend on this business every single day. I don't have that kind of time to commit to coaching. And that's totally fine. That's okay. But for me, I wanted this to be full-time. I wanted this to be my lifestyle. So 3 to 4 hours a day was totally manageable because I knew that it was going to give me the freedom that I have have right now to sit at home and, be able to work my business on my own time and not drive to a corporate job. For me, those 3 to 4 hours was non-negotiable, and usually most days it was more than that. I would work Sunday through Sunday. I wouldn't have any days off. I'd post on social media every single day. I would never miss a day. I created my team page. I've been hitting Success Club 10 plus every single month and recruiting minimum 3 coaches. Usually I shoot for about 6 coaches every single month. So I set my standards extremely, extremely high for myself because I knew that this is what I wanted and this was worth working that hard for. Obviously, again, your guys' goals don't have to be that crazy. I told you guys, I'm kind of crazy. But it's really important to remember what you're working towards and the fact that this is a business. So if you put this into, perspective, let's say, before I became a coach, I wanted to open a yoga studio. And, in order to open a yoga studio, you'd probably have to pay a couple grand a month every single month. And I'd have to pay, first and last month's rent on that studio before I'd even, make any money from any clients that walked in the door for a yoga class. I'd have to pay instructors out of pocket. I'd have to buy merchandise out of pocket before I was able to sell anything. My startup costs for a yoga studio would probably be around $15,000-$20,000 in the first couple months just to get it up and running, and that's on the low end of it. And for me, I was able to make money from Beachbody Coaching in the second month of running my coaching business. The second month of coaching, I made I think like $200, and from there it's only gone up. So it's crazy, and it goes up slowly, and it's incremental, and it definitely requires you to create that momentum in your business. And when I say it starts slowly, it will naturally progress. It will naturally increase over time, but you have to hold that vision. Gosh, I tell you, like, there is an epidemic going on, like, with people thinking that they can just like sign up and, do things and not put in the effort. And I mean, that's fine. If you're not willing to put in the effort, that's great. That's totally fine. It's totally up to you whether you want this or not. But you can't say that it doesn't work because you don't put in the effort. For me, it's like I've put in the effort since day one. I've showed up in every single team page. I've shown up on every single team call, pretty much every single team call unless I seriously actually could not get to it. And since day one, I've treated every single thing in Beachbody like my corporate Starbucks job, like working at Nordstrom, like working at, a Starbucks retail store. I show up for Beachbody like I would show up to go teach a yoga class. I don't half-ass it. Yes, we all get distracted and we all, find ourselves scrolling sometimes, but, I treat Beachbody coaching way more seriously than any other job that I've ever taken. And like I said before, it's easy to not take it seriously because you're your own boss. It's easy to, not have that vision in mind because you can set it aside for a couple days and then come back. But you would never set aside your normal corporate job. You can't not show up to your corporate job because you don't feel like it. You can't not show up to, your retail job because you don't feel like it. Your boss would be pissed at you. And fortunately, as a coach, you are your own boss, so you get to make your own decisions. But just remember, however serious you take this, that's how it's going to pay you back. However many, places that you show up in the Beachbody community, that's how much it's going to pay you back. And I'm talking on every level, right? National wake-up calls, team calls, events, coaching pages, new coach welcomes, in your challenge group, supporting your challengers. The more time that you spend invested in Beachbody and invested in that community, the more you will see continuous growth in your business. But it has to be business focused. It has to be, okay, this is what I'm going to focus on. I'm going to pour my energy and my effort into the things that matter, like having conversations with people, like the team pages, like your challengers and challenger emails, and making sure that they're actually finding success in these programs. Scrolling isn't business related. Watching other people's stories is not business related. Those things are not going to grow a business for you, and it's not working. You're not working your business when you do those types of things. So just always remembering, that this is a business and you have to treat it like one, and I've treated it like one since day one. Like, I take my Instagram so seriously, and I take my coaching pages so seriously, and yes, it's fun and I love it, but I look at Beachbody as a job because it pays me like a job. And if you start looking at Beachbody like a job that you love, obviously, it'll start paying you like a job. But if you check out for a few days, or you're kind of in and out of pages and in and out of team pages and, you know, kind of there but like not really there, you know, your income is going to reflect that. I'm sorry. So remember and utilize that. Like, maybe you guys don't have 3 to 4 hours every day, but utilizing the time that you do have, right? We all, well, probably most of us, we all go to Starbucks and we wait in line for our coffee. There's 3 minutes to go, you know, reach out to 5 new people, check into your coach page, and, you know, pour some love into a challenger. There's 5 minutes. You know, you can literally wake up 20 minutes earlier than you normally do and do your reach out, to do your workout, do your PD. You know, busy should not be an excuse, especially for coaches who are building this to become a full-time income, because, you know, if you're using busy as your excuse to not find freedom in your life and not chase your dreams, like, that's so backwards. Like, I can't even imagine somebody saying that to me, because for me, it's like day one, I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is going to provide me the opportunity to, you know, find freedom for my family and be, you know, passionate about something and really feel like I have a purpose. And you know, when people tell me, they're like, oh, I don't have time for coaching, or I don't have time to do this, or I've just like been really busy. I'm like, Beachbody is like what comes first for me before like anything else in my life, besides like food and my own workout and PD. Like, Beachbody is what gives me my time with my family and gives me my time with my boyfriend and gives me this life of freedom that I'm able to live every single day. Without coaching, like, I would be busy. And because of coaching, I'm not busy. So maybe reevaluating like what you look at as busy, and just owning the fact that you're an entrepreneur, guys. Like, if you're an entrepreneur in any other field, like, it would be 10 times harder than coaching. You literally pay $15.95 to run a multi-million-dollar business, but it will not be a multi-million-dollar business unless you pair that with a multi-million-dollar work ethic. So hopefully that was helpful, gave you a little insight into my life as a coach so far. Again, massive work, massive effort has equaled massive results for me. So hope it helped.